We have no doubt that when the count is finished, Senator Harris and I will be declared the winners. So I ask everyone to stay calm, all the people to stay calm. The process is working.
That was Vice President Joe Biden on Thursday urging patience as states continue to count votes. Here to discuss is national security and foreign policy analyst Ari Aramesh. Ari, thank you for joining us from other side of the pond, I do believe. So I guess it's time. Go ahead, take your victory lap. Your guy looks like a winner.
You know, I think what brings us all together is to say that even if we win, now we're ahead in the count, regardless, we have some core values, our belief in democracy, Republican or Democrat, that brings us together. We should not make this an issue to make the thugs and dictators in Tehran or Moscow or Pyongyang happy that a winner or a loser is claiming an illegitimate election, regardless of who wins or loses. And it seems like Vice President Biden is well on his way to electoral triumph. I just want to make sure that the most sacred institution of American democracy, which is voting, doesn't come under question and is not mocked by our adversaries and by our enemies, again, such as the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Communist Party in China, the Communist Party in Cuba, the thugs in Moscow. This is the most fundamental right we have.
So, Ari, I'm going to agree with you, and I'm going to agree with you, and I'm not one of these guys who are here saying there's so much voter fraud that it swayed the election. I don't think that happened. There may have been somebody, there always is, and that's just part of the things we have to deal with having such a crappy way of voting in America. Here's my question, though. In 2016, all I heard was, how in the world could Hillary possibly have lost? Well, the only reason why she lost was because of Russian interference. Didn't the left do the exact same thing in 2016 that you are kind of alluding to that the right may be doing in 2020?
You know, in 2016, with the bombardment of social media by Russian trolls and by sort of spreading fake news, and the last week by sort of FBI Director Comey coming out again with that email scandal and Hillary Clinton's unpopularity and multiple other factors joined hands. I'm sorry. It's been a very long week. Joined hands, and Hillary lost. Very small margins. The president won in Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Now we're seeing those margins repeating themselves, but again, in the opposite direction.
My point is in 2016, the left could not believe Hillary lost, so they blamed it on Russian interference that never ever actually was proven or materialized or showed up. And now the right is, and I'm not going to fall into the trap, Ari. I'm not going to fall into the trap of saying, yeah, all these little videos of voter fraud or people punching or filling out ballots. I don't think that changed the election. What changed the election was the Trump voters didn't show up for whatever reason. Maybe it was the polls looked like they didn't have a chance anyway, so they didn't show up. But the reality is he lost, or it looks like he lost the election for other reasons other than voter fraud. And in 2016, he won for other reasons than Russian interference. But you guys can't be hypocrites and say, well, don't blame the voter fraud now when you blamed Russians in 2016.
You could blame whatever you want. And you know what? If our message of unity, hold on a sec. If our message of unity doesn't get through, then I hope a Democratic president will punch his agenda through like Mitch McConnell did in the Senate, ignore any demand for unity. Because guess what? Regardless of whether certain guys on the right want to accept Biden as legitimate or illegitimate, he's going to be president. He's got an agenda. He can block a lot of the sort of extreme right's agenda. So either the other side accepts a sort of an olive branch offer, or no, we're going to punch through with what we got and we're going to get it done. Now, here's the thing. We never said there was voter fraud. We said there was election interference, but we accepted Donald Trump as legitimate president. He's not going to do that.
All right. Well, I see it the same thing. You guys called it interference in 2016. The right has called it voter fraud in 2020. I got to go, Ari. I will tell you one more last thing. You can't punch anything through with a Republican Senate. So we'll talk to you again very, very soon. Ari Aramesh, everybody.